Hello family, my name is Carol Worth with Saul to Paul. Thank you for viewing this video, and this is the topic, Do Me a Solid. And this is really about the practices that allow you to build a foundation for radical self-love. So we're going to start this video by talking a little bit about what radical self-love is, and then we're going to talk about the three aspects that allow people to build a foundation to practice radical self-love. So if you are interested in viewing these videos, I would invite you to click the subscribe button right here, and then the next time, right here, the next time that we post a video in the series, you'll get a notification. You can also look down in the box, the description box, and you can find all of our social media. You can take a look at our website, saltopaullllc.com, and find out more about us and what we're up to. So thank you. So the first part of this video, we'll talk a little bit about radical self-love. What is it? And then we're going to talk about how to build a foundation for the practice of radical self-love. So radical self-love is the love of self, the benevolent concern, cherishing oneself, wanting oneself to be the very best that you can be. And it comes from your root. The radical part is from the root. And what you are, what a human being is love. You come from love. You are a child of God. God is love. You come from that. And so loving yourself in that way is getting connected to the source of all love. And when we come from radical self-love, that is our authentic being. And when a person comes from radical self-love and discovers the gifts they are here to deliver, they naturally are loving to others. And that's how we're going to have a world that works for everyone, which is our stand here at Saul to Paul. So that's what radical self-love is, and that's what we're talking about when we're talking about practicing radical self-love. So there are three parts to the foundation for practicing radical self-love that we're going to talk about. The first one is choice. The second is commitment. And the third is communion, the three C's. Communion, or communing with that presence. Meditation is another way of saying that. So we're going to talk about those three things, and then we're going to do a very short meditation practice, just as a way of providing for you something that you can take with you and begin practicing immediately. So to come from radical self-love, to be the very best person that you can be, number one, you must choose it. You must choose it. It doesn't just come automatically. A choice is to select freely after considering your options. So when you consider your options, you choose to love yourself. And the second part of that is a commitment. A commitment is a promise that you make to yourself or to another, but in this case it's to yourself, that you're going to behave in a certain way now and in the future. So you are promising to yourself that you're going to practice loving yourself, that you're going to come from love when it comes to yourself. And the thing that happens with people is oftentimes they don't want to make that kind of commitment or choice because they think they have to know how to do it in order for them to make a commitment and a choice. Not so. You don't have to know how. You simply choose it. You know what? I may not know how to love myself, but I'm going to choose to do it. And I'm going to make a commitment that I'm going to do what it takes to learn how to do that. And that's what these videos are about, is what are the practices that would have you actually cherishing and loving yourself and being a stand for yourself no matter what. And like I said, it takes a choice and a commitment, and that's not a one and done thing. It's on an ongoing basis. As life goes on, you make that choice again and again and again. You know what? I'm going to be loving to myself even when I'm having a bad day, especially when I'm having a bad day. I'm going to choose to love myself in good times or in bad, right? You're going to just choose that. And then the third thing is to commune with the source, right? The radical part is the root. communing with that source of love that is within you, the great reality deep within, to tap into that source that is always producing and allowing you to tap in to being a channel of that love energy, that infinite possibility that you are. And it takes being still and a practice of tapping into that energy to build that foundation for radical self-love. So we're going to take a moment and we're going to do a short practice. Meditation is another word for it. Silent communion, contemplation is a way of communing with that source. So we're going to do a practice that I'm going to invite you to, number one, put your feet flat on the ground and get comfortably seated in your chair with your hands on your lap and nothing folded or crossed. And you're going to start by, if you are comfortable with this, please close your eyes, and you're going to take a deep breath in and release it and relax. And take another deep breath in and release and relax physically, and take a last deep breath in and release and relax. And so we're going to use a couple of different things. Number one, we're going to have an intention, and that intention is to commune with this energy, this love that is within you. That's the intention. And then we're going to have our attention on something. And that is, we're going to have our attention on that love energy. Now you may not know how to do that, so let's do that right now. So with your eyes closed, as you're sitting still without moving, I'm going to ask you to just sense your left hand. Just feel your left hand. How do you know that your left hand is actually there? You can feel the energy in that left hand. What you're sensing and feeling is love. That energy that is coursing through your body, every muscle, every tissue, every cell, every fiber is full of it. It's full of that love. And now as you feel it in your hand, you may sense it in other areas of your body. You may feel it in your other hand. You may feel that energy in your feet, your arms. And so your attention is going to be on that feeling tone of that energy, that love that you are. So your intention is to commune with that love energy from your source. And your attention is on the energy. And then you're going to focus your mind on your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Because you cannot breathe in the future or in the past. You can only breathe in the present. That brings you very close as you can get to the eternal now. For it is always now. Where the presence is. Where you can feel that love energy. Only now. Here and now. So you focus on the breathing in and the breathing out. And if thoughts come, as they will, you just notice them, allow them to pass through. They're not that energy. They're not the love that you are. They're not you. And so you keep your energy and your attention. You focus on the breath. Your intention is to connect, and your attention is on that energy, that love. And then you have an attitude of being open to listening for anything that that love would want to say to you. Any message. And you keep your attention on that energy and your focus on your breath. And now I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath in and release. Another deep breath in and release. Bring yourself back. Deep breath in and open your eyes and smile. Give yourself a hug. It's as simple as that. You can do it at a stoplight. The car behind you will honk when it's ready to go. Right? So I invite you to practice a couple of times a day, even if it's just a minute, to connect with that which is your source. So your choice, your commitment, and your communing that will build a foundation for radical self-love. In our next video, we'll talk about expanding that foundation. So, do you know what time it is? It's time for you to practice radical self-love, because you are the love you've been looking for. Thank you. I love you, and I'll see you next time.